Hey everyone there, we've got a new limewash video coming up for you. That's the before, and there you have the after. A few photos here just showing the finish. You can see it's a nice two-tone finish there. The colors we used were Benjamin Moore Normandy and Benjamin Moore Winter Lake, and it's a combination of the two, and the darker one is kind of the prominent color. And then the lighter color there, which I think is Winter Lake, is kind of interspersed between. The designer for this project is Plaid Fox. We've worked for them on a number of beautiful kind of high-end interior homes and finishes. Their project and a lot of our plaster is just featured on the cover of El Decor magazine there with their spatulata finish. Nice high gloss finish there and a bunch of curved staircases and walls that were also in spatulata there. So this is a little bit different. This is a dolomitic lime wash that we manufacture and sell right here in beautiful British Columbia. You can see the millwork was perfectly matched as well. I'm not sure which color they picked or if they actually matched off of our swatch when we made our 2x2 lime wash sample. But you can see there's great continuity between the two of those there. The lighter tones really pull the millwork together there, and then the darker just gives that nice kind of moody lime wash look to the space. Lime wash is quite beautiful, but I do find that if you don't do a two-tone effect, sometimes you can run into issues with it not having enough character, especially when the colors get a little bit lighter. You don't see too much modeling and variation. A lot of our finishes now, we're definitely finding that the two-tone effect is becoming quite prominent with designers and quite a hit with everyone, especially for fireplaces and hood ranges as well. There's a nice shot showing the vaulted ceiling there. You can see all the different modeling and movement. The beautiful thing about our product here, and you're going to see throughout the video, is not only can you work it quite a bit more than other lime washes, it stays wet a lot longer on your top coat. And also your top coat, you can back brush considerably and remove all the joint lines and get a very nice cloudy stone finish. We found with other people's products that when you put the lime wash over top of the first coat of lime wash, it essentially kind of wets it out. It's not a strong enough lime wash product for over top of, say, like a PVA primer and not really absorbing into a stone surface. So what happens is if your lime wash isn't formulated properly, when you put the second coat on, as you see Kevin starting to do here, it will wet out your base coat of lime wash, and then when you go to back brush it, we'll just back brush right back to the lime wash primer, and you're going to start getting white everywhere. The other issue is if it doesn't do that and it is a solid product, it tends to dry out really quickly on your top coat, and again, you can't get much movement in back brushing to remove all the brush marks. We've definitely had some projects where designers or architects really leaned on the cloudy look, and a lot of people think that lime wash should have brush marks and lines and ridges in it. You can kind of see that cross hatch pattern. That's really coming out of style, and the new style is what you see here, which is quite a bit more blending and working that top coat and creating a really nice stone-like finish rather than just having this cross hatch pattern. If you're quoting projects like this, just keep in mind lime wash. I always say lime wash is more work than most Venetian plasters. It's not more work than, say, a high gloss spatulata, but you can certainly trowel out and burnish a project like this much quicker than you can creating a two-tone effect here and back brushing everything. It's quite arduous and tricky work, and then you also have to kind of work your joint lines properly as well. You can see the two boys here working together across the vaulted ceiling. They're carrying on that joint line nicely, so you can see that wet line is just moving right across. You can also see the nice clouds that are forming. There are a few little joint lines there, but they're organic and also working with the finish, and it's not just a straight, hard, cold joint moving across your ceiling. They have two different brushes, two different mixes there. So you see they put a little bit of light and then they'll put a bunch of dark, and then they're gonna back brush and bring it all together. And because the product is wet, it's about 100 to 150% darker than it's going to look like. So you're gonna see it looking a little bit more like, polka dots there. But then you can see to the right of the screen how it's really drying great even, and you're not having too many issues with like big blotches of light and big blotches of dark. If you've not worked with limewash before, you have to get a good idea of the product that you're using and how it dries, how it works, because you're kind of working in the dark. As you can see, it's quite black when you're working on a wet canvas. So if you're not familiar with the product and the overall aesthetic, you might not achieve the effect that you're looking for. These are all sped up quite a bit. This is actually at 12x speed, so you can just see how long it takes to really craft a finish like this. Our lime wash is specifically formulated with dolomitic lime and a fine marble powder, but not too fine. I've found in our studies, if you refine the product too much, it actually doesn't flash that much. And so we're quite proud of this particular product and its ability to really create a nice stone-like finish with a lot of modeling and movement, which is what people want, and a very matte surface as well. You'll see in a little bit as this all dries up, Kevin's gonna move to the ceiling. So you don't need to seal lime wash. Lime wash can be left raw and then just easily touched up. Now the touch-ups obviously will show and flash, but that's kind of part of the character of lime wash. You can just constantly build more and more layers and more character with it. The second option, which is a more popular option, is we actually seal up the lime wash, and here we're using a 1-to-1 diluted version of our polyseal low sheen, then one layer of low sheen undiluted, and then an eco matte layer, so a very ultra matte single component polyurethane. Now that's going to give you all the aesthetics there, but it's going to dry out. And the reason that we chose the polyseal is the polyseal actually reacts with our lime wash and creates even more variation in the product. So it creates kind of unusual highlights and darkens areas, lightens areas. That's the aesthetic that we were going for here. Now there's another way of sealing the lime wash as well, where you use our micro cement consolidator in 2 layers and then the matte sealer. That would leave the walls looking almost identical to what they look like now. I heard recently during a training that some manufacturers are telling installers that you can't seal the lime wash without darkening it, as you see here, or color enhancing it. But we do have multiple systems available where you can seal up your lime wash and not change the color. You want to minimize brushing. In this particular case, there's not much he could do, but you see he's just quickly trying to brush it, and then as fast as he brushes it, he's going to roll it so that you're not having the brush lines absorbing in too long and darkening more than the rest. So as long as you kind of brush it and then 30 seconds later even it out, then it's all going to dry nice and beautiful for you. Alright, please subscribe to our channel. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you very much.